My grandfather always told me, don't bet the ranch. This is a family entity. There are other members of your family that rely upon it. That's something I take very seriously. So that means you have to be making decisions a little bit more conservatively. You have to be more patient in your decisions. And for him, that meant don't bet the ranch. Don't make too big of a play. Yet I also think about it today. I'm 38 and looking at the next 25 years plus of my career. And I want to make sure that I'm in a position and leading an organization that I'm passionate about. My name is Ryan O'Melveny Wilson. I am the Chief Marketing and Strategy Officer of Lawry's Restaurants Incorporated. I graduated from the GSB Sloan class of 2018. I'm fourth generation in the business. Lawry, the namesake, was Lawrence Frank, my great-grandfather. When we opened the restaurant, actually in the development of the concept, my great-grandfather wanted to serve a single entree. That's it. He wanted to be one item, and that meal stayed the same until probably the mid-'80s, when the first change we incorporated on this menu was the inclusion of sour cream on the baked potato. Today we're at Lawry's Prime Rib Beverly Hills. It's in the midst of a whole reconcepting, revitalization of the business. That business opportunity challenge, I've taken a tremendous amount of learnings from my coursework at Stanford into how to rebuild a business and how to make it much more nimble and lean, and that's something I'm really excited about. I think, particularly against the backdrop of Silicon Valley, where everyone's expectation is something new and different in a disruptive workplace, a disruptive company, a disruptive product, there's something about coming and working for an established brand that I think is forgotten in that environment. And so when I hear that adage of fail fast, I think about the idea of constantly making evolutions and progress in a restaurant. Every single day we need to be making some subtle change that is making the dining experience better. And so fail fast sounds really scary when you look at it on a big picture, and that's something we don't do. We take great steps to mitigate against that big picture risk. But on a small scale, we're always looking to make improvements, whether it's a garnish or a presentation or try a new salad or a slight change in our steps of service or a new menu presentation. I want our organization to always be willing to make those little changes. So one of the great things about the restaurant business, it's one of the few businesses that has such a tight feedback loop. I serve you a salad, I'm gonna know within the first couple bites if that salad is proper temperature, is served at the proper time, if the flavor profile is right. I can know very immediately from your facial reaction, frankly. I know that quality is not easy, and yet I think quality is ultimately a differentiator, and I'm not looking for the easy fixes. I'm looking for the quality, I'm looking for things that are gonna be attractive to a specific palate, specific consumer, and to me that's a defining piece of advice and a defining element of how I make decisions as an entrepreneur. And for me, I want to be in a position where I'm creating new things, and that's speaking to my own motivations, and I think it's really important to express those needs and desires rather than just be a slave, if you will, to what the expectations are. I'm passionate about the food, and in a family business, I think it's okay to be explicit about what your motivations are and what you're passionate about. I think in the end, that's going to make you more comfortable and more confident in being in this role for a career. I'm not going anywhere, right? I'm not looking to jump in 2 years when a next best offer comes around. I'm looking at the next 30 to 40 years.